Our next reader up is Alice Ladrick.
Hello. Oh wow, it is bright up here. Okay. Hi. These poems are the first poems I'm going to read are from a series called Autobiography, which is pretty self-explanatory, I think, so I'm just getting into it. Disillusionment bitch. Of plastics, I know a couple disillusioned bitches. Say they want to corner the market on sassy, as if we want to hang out in corner, no babies here, saying vagina and crying emotion as if it's something new. But it's okay, darling, me do it too, maybe more, and oh, aren't they brave for claiming. Desperation bitch. Holy fuck, this bottle of pink Moscato, sparkling, match, is going down, the sun over there, the window, neighborhood's fireworks, first date kisses, oh sweet bottle, oh how the wine talks, if this even counts as wine, who knows, oh love, love me somebody, but you know, fuck that, cause I mean, I'm my own bitch, right? Right, don't need nobody but Jeff Goldblum predicting the invasion of earthly bodies like mine. Oh, call me heavenly, love all the frontier. Disillusionment bitch. Somebody love me different. Let me adopt someone else's voice as my own and get praised, get hollowed, get spoken worded. Let me take my friends' words, get lucky, no daft shit, just truly getting updraft, post, retrograde. Let me just make lists of techno, say pussy to wet, the edge isn't sharp, it's made of plastic. Barbie bitch. It's a bit wide. Yeah. The point plastic. The point plastic is manufactured in factory settings, restored to restoration. Restoration. Everybody say with me. I'll go to the beginning, just the poem. That's as far as I'm willing to go back. Don't lie to me. Tell me you do any different things. Stick them together with glue. Please water solvent, because nobody knows anything, so everything is made of meltables. Disillusionment bitch. She talks a lot. Love all the frontier, all over my front, sort of like mountains. Don't you think I look good this time and place? Is it? I mean, not, but it's just that things are kind of progressing in my uterus. It's not my time of the month or anything, so if you want to, we can. Not like I'm gonna trick you into getting me. I mean, the clock is ticking, not ringing. Desperation bitch. What isn't the point at this point? I really mean, come on, everybody get in the bandwagon, shout hey in unison, ho, like it's a thing. Get it? How we're all in this together like it's High School Musical and the team has to win. There's nothing else. We have to win. But like, who could even love me different? Mean bitch. Just the most repeated, most often used, just in the middle of everything, always is the mean bitch. Like, add it all up, do the math, put it down on paper, get the mean and catch my drift. Whose fault is it? Always that mean bitch. 24/7 bitch. Can't stop, won't stop, wanting to have it all, whatever. Whatever that means. I've got to be everything. Everyone is nothing like me. I'm every woman. It's all in. Frustration bitch / ladies night. Boy not getting it at all. Like, poetry is so confusing, just like women. Not calling all of them out, calling all you bitches free. Come over, send all your bitches running to me. We're all having tea, and I'm pouring horrible amounts, because it's much more than barrier when all us bitches roam free. And then I'm gonna do a couple more that are from a new series I've been working on as one of my, like, 8,000 Tender Buttons and Old English mashup projects, because Jamie has been dying to see them. So here are just a couple. A spectacle and nothing strange. Here's the thing. A nickel will spring to life if witchcraft is used. Witchcraft is used to blind, resembling to be clean. To be charmed and charming, take some honey before dawn and some sweet to holy. Holy water a charm and charming, spread the difference, honey spread the edges to sodden belly to color chosen. There is no color chosen. There is no gratitude and mercy in medicine and charming. Let them be carried. Say, what is the use of a violent kind of delightfulness? It is not like the same thing that has stripes, to call for the same. I call returning gratitude, to wear it, and then be reckless, then resolve. Come to season, a system makes a change. It shows there is no mistake. I summon this field. Take the turfs and settle them. Say at least 9 times. Turn 9 bows west and bow 9 times. Say 9 times, more of a double. Double to the east, double to disgrace is not in carelessness, it is not a field. Then say thrice, it is so earnest to have pointing. Then repeat the pattern another 3 again. Okay, this one's fun. Against a melody. These are based on like Old English charms. Against a melody. First, scald the manly outpour. Square such names as these on 7 blades from the kitchen. Joe Fisher, Alvin Holmes, Terry England, Steve Stockman, Bob Marshall, Trent Franks, Todd Aiken, Tom Morrison, Phil Gingrey, Paul Ryan, Eric Cantor, John Coster, Ron Christie, Richard Murdoch, Roscoe Bartlett, Tom Smith, Steve King, Rick Santorum, Pete DeGraff, Chuck Winder, Eric Turner, and etc. A widow in a wise veil and less garments shows that shadows are even. This is proven. Chant 9 times or until the window is wide. What is the current that makes machinery, that makes it crackle? What is the current that presents a limit and a necessary waste? What is this current? What is the wind? What is it? Find this out. A regular arrangement, the severest and most preserved, is that which has the arrangement never authorized. Sing then to the left ear, likewise to the right. Crown of the head, with words manipulate. Sing this. A maiden hangs charms upon your neck, a penance for 5 or many days, and comes upon you in spider-like, cloak in hand. A maiden hangs her rope upon your neck, goads you to flight. A maiden tightens you, swears never to swear such oaths against harm. Practice measurement, practice the sign that means a necessary betrayal in showing that there is wearing. Charm any follower, any admirer, who breathing recites such gallant myths, so that breathing does cease. It is written. Thank you. And I'm very happy to introduce Emily Grecki.
So I'm going to read a section from a story called Angel Grenades. The words that became like a mantra for that summer were the words Nick Mackleton spoke to me the first time we met, many years before. He picked up a clod of dirt and held it out to me in his hand and said, "This is your heart," slowly squeezing his fingers around the lump until it crumbled into dust. "You don't know anything about hearts," I said, slamming my hand to my chest, feeling the beating rock solid under my palm. But I felt instinctually that he did, that all the protection I took for granted, a sheet of skin, a web of veins, some chicken bone ribs, were mere distraction to Nick Mackleton plunging his hand into my chest, the fingers cold or warm or whatever you can feel inside there, the beating staining his hand the purple red of a bead. Even as I zipped my sweatshirt closed to the neck, I opened my mouth to ask if he meant it. By then, though, he was already running off to the swings, brushing his hands off on his shorts. I think this all came back because the news channels were using pulverize around the clock to talk about the constant meteor showers of that summer. Meteors are usually pulverized in the Earth's atmosphere. Scientists can't tell what it is that allows these to penetrate intact and not be pulverized. Our resident weatherman will talk about pulverization and meteors tonight. I would instinctively slap my hand to my chest when the word came up, thinking of that disintegrated clod. My sister eventually asked me, "What is up with you and hitting yourself when we're watching the news?" When she heard the story, she started cracking up. I can totally see his face. Then she stopped suddenly, and her face screwed up like she'd found the keystone of the whole phrase, and she said, "You know, that's really something. There might really be something to that." I prodded her, insisting she explain, but she shook her head no and wouldn't say more. It became the thing we would say to each other to express the keenest of feelings. That summer, Lena's car got totaled in the night, blasted while parked. The thing was, I had borrowed it the night before without exactly asking permission. When I brought it back, I had parked it, she'll say, in a vulnerable position, on that goddamn corner, just aching to be hit. I reminded her of all the cars that park there every day, every week, every month, no incident. At that point, she picked up a small piece of scrap metal that had come off the car, that she'd been towing while seething at me. "Oh, look, this is a baby duckling. Let me place it in the middle of the road. Maybe it won't get hit." Then she dropped it and said slowly, "This is your heart." And she kicked it again. Our mother had come out of the house at that point shouting, "Tetanus, tetanus," like it was the name she'd given to us at birth. Lynda was still growling about her car when the first meteor shower sparked the summer's madness. I'm going to skip ahead to when they're watching the meteor shower. It looks like bird shit, Lynda announced. My father swatted at her with his newspaper, gesturing at the children surrounding us. Soon after, I felt a hit to the arm like being shot with a BB gun. "Lynda!" I shouted at her, assuming she had somehow done it. But screams erupted from every pocket of the field, and we all shot up, electrified. My mother grabbed the blanket. "Attack!" she bellowed, none too hysterically. At this point, she sounded like a general, urging us on to battle the unseen forces, that is, the projectiles that continued slamming into my arms, my legs, my back, wherever was available. The whole hill scrambled to get away. The four of us tore down the slope to the car, fearing that we might already be dead and not know it. In the car, we examined ourselves frantically for wounds and missing limbs. I felt like we had walked through the core of the earth and somehow emerged unscathed. Our clothing was smudged or singed or burnt through where we had been hit. Thin pink welts showed up on any exposed skin, but that was the worst of it. My father drove us home as if we were driving through a wasteland, as if he expected bands of robbers or the ground cracking open in the street. We suspected what was confirmed later, that it was a phenomenon of the natural sword. There were theories that first week about what exactly it was that allowed so many of the meteoroids to pass through the Earth's atmosphere without burning up. More importantly, what allowed them to land so scorching hot. The weather became the most popular news segment on every channel, and when it was time to introduce it, they spoke slowly, emphasizing the meteor in meteorology. I was volunteering at the community gardens on weekends that summer, borrowing our parents' hatchback for the journeys. I often dropped off Lynda for work at the bookstore. "No choice, seeing as you totaled my car," she would say, and I think she learned from the news stations because she emphasized total, as if that captured the completeness of it, the sum of damages, both physical and emotional. One morning, I think it was the thick of July, she wanted to come with me to the gardens, check out the grounds. She walked next to me as I reached into the plant beds, plucking out meteorites the size of cherry tomatoes, or bigger, avocados. These were the ones I heard the kids in the neighborhood call angel grenades, and it must have traveled fast because only days later the newscasters were firing it off at every broadcast like they had coined the terms themselves. Lynda was brooding into some celery stalks, and I was waiting for her to just get to the point already. Thank you. I'd like to introduce the very talented Leo Costico.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to read a flash fiction piece, and it's about it's a guy in a nursing home, basically. It's called Birthday. Put your purse down on the futon there. Are you hungry? Do you want to sit down? I haven't blown a load in 5 years. You're very pretty. Hand me my glasses. I shoot blanks now. Nothing comes out. Nothing but dust. Open the window, please. I'm feeling stuffy. Come closer. Lift my legs just a little bit. It's my birthday. I shouldn't be smoking in bed. It's nice to meet you. I'm glad you're here. I'm going to tell you something. You're beautiful. Are you chewing gum? That's all right if you are. Adjust my pillows, will you? I was a construction worker. I saw a white deer and a bank robbery and a drive-by. I built guardrail, the whole state, every highway. Are you married? Ignore the question. I'm going to pull it out now. This will take some effort. First the right leg. Very good. Just the pants is all right. There it is. Let it breathe a minute. Can I ask you to touch it? I can't see you too well. Your hands are very cold. It feels nice. My son is overweight. You wouldn't like him. He's dating an Oriental. Am I hard yet? There's a picture of him on the refrigerator there. Your mouth is somewhat dry. They sent me cards for my birthday, the Oriental and also my big sister. Bring me the lotion. It's next to the revolver. Bring both of those over. I'm going to ask you to hold it in your hand. The revolver, I mean. Just point it at me. Is that okay? No, it's not loaded. It is loaded, but it doesn't fire. See, the bullets are rusted. It's an old service revolver. Are you wearing lipstick? For some reason, I like when they wear lipstick. The Boy Scouts come on Thursdays. In their uniforms. They made me build a birdhouse. Now the breasts, please. Bring them forward. One, then the other. Those are excellent. My nails are long, I don't mean to scratch. What am I touching? I fell in the shower, the whole left side is numb. I don't look in the mirror. I want to tell you something. I understand you. You'll do this for a while and then you won't. 6 months is all it takes to turn your life around. Your mouth is warm. Lift the revolver up. Yes, like that. You're doing good work here. I remember the noises, the slapping and popping. Oh, the teeth. My wife didn't have teeth at the end. I can't tell if this is pleasant. Let me think about it. I'm going to close my eyes. I like bigger girls, but don't feel bad. A mouth is a mouth. Where did the gum go? Did you swallow it? Your hair smells like something, like Cracker Jack or a bakery. I'm forgetting something. It's going to happen now. I'm going to... Yes, it's all finished. My back hurts. Did anything come out? Of course not. It was nice of you. Can I touch you? And your hair? The sink is over by the prayer table. I'll finish the cigarette now. I'll take the revolver. There should be some money in the drawer. The sock drawer. The one with the... Yes, you found it. Come close, please. Somewhat closer. I want to thank you. It's my birthday. It should be all there, plus a tip. Can you promise me something? Don't do this forever. I don't want to preach. You're nice to look at. You could sell shoes. I didn't have enough for a tip. Bring me the ashtray. It was nice of you on my birthday. Next is my friend and my favorite Japan droid, Merry Christmas.
Hi, is this good? Alright, okay, so I'm going to read part of a collection of flash fiction pieces called, the collection is called 10 Love Stories. And so here we go. The first one's education. In life, I wanted to major in something other than college. My father cleaned houses. He worked mostly with women. He liked being alone and said there wasn't anything that made a man feel more alone than working next to a lady he couldn't touch. Mother is at the end of her clothesline. She lays in bed organizing the nibs of her calligraphy pen set. She is hardly the woman who used to chase feral cats away with a lawnmower. Her spine is crushing itself. I close the door to my bedroom. I take my heart and I sit it on the desk. It needs fresh air, but I want people to come in and admire it the way the doctors travel from all over to admire my mother's crushing spine. Not the way my father looks at her while she lays in bed, saying there's nothing that makes him feel more alive than holding a woman he shouldn't touch. The next one's called Saturday Night. St. Michael does his laundry, a small load. Here's the third one. Telescope. She bought a metal sculpture of a cow and put it in the backyard because having a real cow meant twice a day for 365 days a year, and that night she fought with her husband and took the telescope outside. She pointed it into the night and looked up the stairs. The stairs were beautiful. Her neighbor's stairs were her favorite, and she loved looking at them. She grew up on a farm, but really it was just a couple of chickens, and she named her son Egon after the famous artist Egon Schiele. She loved Schiele's distressed news, but her Egon was distressed all the time and never drew and threw up from running around like a referee when she and her husband fought. It wasn't always bad. She remembers when he was born, she gave Egon a look like he was a present that she didn't want to take out of its box. Oh, but the stairs are beautiful tonight. She should look at the stairs. Where did they lead? They went up and up and up and up, and her telescope wasn't strong enough to see the landing. Future. From a reclined position, I am watching the children pour juice into the sandbox. We want another baby, the children had said. I pointed at some ants drinking from a drop of spilt juice. Here are some ants, I said, pointing to that small oasis. If I die right here, at least I was watching the children. She was a good mother, the neighbors would tell my husband. She died watching the children. I don't know what the first sign of the apocalypse is, but I think it's pretty close. I've been picking at my skin all afternoon, sitting in this plastic Adirondack. The ants, the children cried. And here's the last one. It's called Anniversary. In the winter they married, and he said something beautiful, but she knew she had to be in love all the time and found it an unpleasant feeling. For the first 5 years, the houses moved from her like they were running late. The houses were overrated anyway. The realtor gave thumbs up. She walked around not knowing when it was her turn to talk.
She sat on a treadmill and listened to a podcast about emotional and sexual cheating. She learned women find emotional cheating more destructive to their relationships. That night, she passed him a note for their 6th anniversary. Do not tell our secrets to a prostitute, it said. All right. So here's Orlando.